Cypress Swimming is a program that became a part of 6 years ago. This is my 6th season, and it is a program for kids who want to be an athlete, who basically they need to know how to swim. The biggest thing difference between our program and any other program in the district is going to be we're looking for people who want to be part of something, who are willing to work, and who can have the general idea. They're not going to sink like a rock, basically, is the best way to put it. It sounds bad, but that's the easiest way to put it. But the biggest thing for the Cypress swimming team is that I'm going to make you something out of nothing.
In Cypress Ridge swim team, you learn the basics. Depending on what level of swim you're at, you learn the basics, knowledge of swimming. There's 4 different strokes. You learn special techniques for each of those strokes, like working on your underwaters, like diving, all of that. You learn the techniques of all the strokes, and you gradually get better and work on different things throughout your career.
Swimming is the only full body sport that you can play, that you can compete in, that you can participate in, which is why anybody who ever goes to work out thinks that they're like, oh my gosh, swimming is so hard, because every single muscle in the body is used. And so the big thing about swimming is a lot of times you look for people who are long, who are lean, and if not, it's going to make you longer and leaner. All your muscles are a lot longer than if you were weightlifting, stuff like that. And swimming as a whole is just a full body exercise, and it also works on breath control. It controls every single muscle in the body, and it works on being able to not panic. I think the biggest thing for me for swimming, it's not necessarily just like the athletic part about it, it's the mental part about it, because when you get in a body of water, most people are going to panic. And now I'm telling you to hold your breath, I'm telling you to compete, I'm telling you to breathe all your oxygen into my pool and not breathe for most of a lap. And that's the biggest thing, is mentally getting over that block. And so the biggest thing that I look for is consistency more than times. Yeah, I want you to be fast, but if you can do it once but not twice, 3 times, 4 times, it's technically inconsistent, it's technically not useful. So say I've got someone who goes, I'll give you an example, a 30 is a fair time in the 50 free for girls. It's an okay time. But if they go a 30 one week and then a 36 the next week, a 32, 37, I'm going to have a lot more issues in being like, what are you doing differently? What are you doing that's not working? And how do we get consistent? And so once we're consistent, then we work on building up that speed. So a lot of your more advanced swimmers are going to be consistent. They're going to come in with times that are consistent. Bungees are kind of a resistance training. So a lot of times you see, like in track, you see it in football, where they'll have things attached and then they've got to drag them. You want something to pull back on you to work harder. So in swimming, because we're in water, the biggest thing is that you've got to have something stretchy, because, well, you're in water and you can't really stop. So what we do is we attach, it's called a bungee. I think there's a more technical term for it, but we call them bungees. And it's got a waist belt that attaches to their waist, and then a belt or a tubing, like stretchy tubing that attaches to the end of a block or something stable on the ground. And basically they start swimming and they take off. And so the weights, I think, are anywhere from 8 pounds, 12-pound weights. And I think 16 is the highest. I don't think we have a 16, but it's basically a resistance band that puts that much weight on them, and they've got to swim forward. The goal is to get to the other side.
A meet is when 2 or more schools come and get together and they go through the events and the individual swimmers swim and just get their times and compete against each other.
What we do at our senior meet is we're going to have a regular meet. At the same time, there's going to be like a senior walk. They're going to parade themselves around the pool. We're going to announce all their names, and then each team will break up and do something special. In addition, we're going to have a fun relay at the end with some mixed genders and things like that. Anybody who hasn't swam at varsity districts will come with me to junior varsity districts. And that'll also be the chance for me to look at, here's JV districts, how do you do? Can I use you in January at varsity districts? And so that'll be a good qualifying moment for a lot of kids, but this is a lot of kids' biggest meet of the year.
Swim affects me physically because it puts me in a better shape than I was whenever I came to Ridge freshman year. I have more endurance, more stamina. I feel better about myself. I feel mentally better. Swim really helps you a lot, not only physically but mentally. It clears your mind. It helps you not, I would say relax, but it'd be more like calm you down. It's a way to release your energy also. It's a way to just be active and participate here at Cypress Ridge in something. It also helped me academically, because here on the swim team we care a lot about our grades. We care about our academics, because it's no pass, no play. If we don't pass the class, we're not swimming. So it's like, if you really enjoy swim, you better pass your classes, because we care about our academics a lot.
Joining swim is a good way to just get your daily exercise, and it's also really fun. The people on the team are really nice, and it's a good way to make friends as well.
Like, swimming's not as easy as you think it is. Swimming is a hard sport. It is a real sport. I know we wear no clothes basically, but It's one of those sports that everyone takes it for granted, and you've got to remember that we are some of the top athletes in the world. You've got Katie Ledecky, you've got Caleb Dressel, you've got Michael Phelps, which is the one most people will know right now.
My favorite moment was when I went under a minute in my 100 freestyle for the first time. I was like really excited because I'd like never done that before and I'd always wanted to.
In swimming, I have to say, oh yes, I do actually. My boys' 200 medley relay from 2 years ago, I want to say. So Cy Ridge is historically the underdog. Cy Ridge is historically oh, y'all swim, okay, cool. Which sounds bad, but I mean, it makes sense because we've got a lot of kids who don't have a background of swimming, who come from a background that's not swimming based. They come from a background of, I've never been an athlete. And I brought a set of boys to varsity. We worked our tails off, and they're also probably a good foot shorter. It was a set of 4 Asian boys. They were a foot shorter than every single team in our district, and they were smaller than all of them. And we were seeded to come in 3rd, I think, that year at the district meet. And we actually ended up pulling out first. We outdid Cy Woods, we outdid Jersey Village, Langham Creek, Cy Springs, and we won that. And with my boys doing that, they came in 2nd then in the 2 free relay, and I ended up getting Boys Coach of the Year that year.
Coach Jackson's a really fun coach. He's like the laughter, because Coach Child sometimes doesn't always laugh at everything, and if you say something funny while she's upset or mad, she doesn't really laugh, and Coach Jackson's there to laugh and keep you happy and do all that, and he's a fun coach to be around. Coach Child's a really good coach. She definitely pushes you to be your best, and she helps you not only through like being a coach, but she'll help you through school and your personal life, and she's just there for you all around.
I've known Coach Chow for a long time, before high school, because she's also my summer league swim team coach. I guess the best thing I could say about her is that she pushes us all to work really hard.